Type 4, the individualists. Type 4s belong to the heart domain and are frequently referred to the individualist or romantic. They possess an acute sense of their own feelings and that of others. This includes having an intuitive ability to distinguish between subtle emotions that others often miss, since they do give focused eye contact. They are motivated by the need to understand and to be understood and desire experiences that are meaningful and deep. There is little patience for the ordinary, and it is no wonder then that there is a deep appreciation for expression of self through musical, artistic, and eloquent speech. As Jerome Wagner would say, they are able to explore the sweet sadness that most people might veer away from. That is, that deep appreciation for an emotion most of us would want to run away from. There is frequently a preoccupation with thinking about how different they are from others, sometimes even frequently pointing out how they might not be part of their own family. This can sometimes lead to their own self-inflicted isolation from others as they further pursue their own authenticity and specialness. In the early childhood of a Type 4 child, the Type 4 child can frequently feel that they felt some kind of abandonment by one or both caretakers. This could have come in the form of being passed on to someone else to be cared for, could be the parents being divorced at a young age, or left to fend for themselves by busy parents. Hence, they felt alone, cut off from the source of love for reasons they could not comprehend. This sense of loneliness caused them to feel isolated and their feelings not validated by the ones who had a duty to take care of them. As a result, they turned inward to their feelings and imagination to cope. The response of many 4s was to use the depths of these painful feelings to be different from others and stand out from leading a normal life. Some of the strengths of the Type 4s, well, the Type 4s have the ability to dig into the depths of life and meaning as they experience feelings at a deep level. They have an inclination to dive deep into experiences which others avoid, especially those which are painful and sad. Since they are comfortable with feelings, connection and warmth with others are important key abilities and which they possess. They have a gift of creativity which is quite unlike other types. This expression of deep feelings inspires them to be innovative and express it from a place of heartfelt passion and deep intuition versus the heady ways of some of the other types. Since they strive to be unique and be seen as unique, much effort goes into looking different and being different. This can take the form of their dressing, design, choice of words and ideas, just as long as they are not labeled as superficial or ordinary. It is no surprise then that if you peer into the home of a Type 4, they have an aesthetic sense of design, arrangement and choice of fixtures that are appealing to the eye, that are usually assembled with little effort. There is something about emotional intensity that manifests beauty and splendor. Since 4s are adept at reading emotions, they can easily pick up the feelings of people around them and know what is happening to others. The wisdom of the heart lies deep within the 4s. Some of the struggles that 4s have, 4s can experience a roller coaster of dark moods, of emptiness and despair, and swing back to happiness rapidly within minutes, which can be caused by something most might consider quite insignificant. This unpredictability can be draining to others and most people around them. Sometimes in the downward spiral of feelings, 4s can be self-loathing and feel shame. Underlying this is the belief that they don't deserve to be loved. Instead of basking in the glory of gratitude and abundance, 4s can sometimes dwell in a state of longing for what they don't have. Being stuck in this state evokes feelings of sadness and emotion they so are accustomed to. Many 4s can relate to some form of abandonment, from mild to intense. It can sometimes be a preoccupation to give such thoughts undue attention, and hence intensity of such feelings of abandonment. The resulting insecurity makes them needy at times. They pride themselves in being genuine and strive to be the best and give every ounce of their kindness to others. This comes with a fair amount of guilt if they believe they have not measured up to the standards they are capable of. They wittingly expect too much from themselves and from life. Some reflections for the 4s. Well, 4s have to recognize the aspects of your fantasy life which is not in alignment with reality. Don't allow yourself to procrastinate because you have created lofty and creative goals. You may have to step down from your high horse and start seeing the reality of the present and settle for some of the low-hanging fruits. This can be done by integrating objectively with emotionality to find an equilibrium that will allow you to move forward and not get stuck in fantasy of lofty goals. Seek out truthful friends who are willing to mirror your genuine good qualities and talents, as well as speak compassionately about your blind spots. This will provide you with useful information about yourself. Find a deep sense of self-worth and your good qualities, talents, and contributions to life without comparing yourself to others. While this can seem like a motherhood statement, you need to recognize that comparing yourself with others is a futile exercise because you are gifted in your own special ways. So finding that sweet spot makes much more sense. Be mindful if you're dumping your emotional issues on others. People who care about you want to be there in any way they can for you, but the roller coaster emotions must be managed if you want people to accept you and appreciate your gifts. Set up positive and constructive routines for yourself so that you balance out the mental, spiritual, and emotional routines rather than fully playing out the emotional ones and living in a world of fantasy or melodrama. Remember that feelings are not facts. They offer you important insights and sometimes are the cause for the mind to go out of whack. Fours need to keep feelings in check by living in the here and now. A recognition that not everything that appears in the mind is rational, and much of our thinking needs to be kept in check.